Hey everyone, how's it going? Didn't even see the queue. I had no one counts me in for the queue. It goes light and I always miss it. But I hope everyone's had a good day. I've been busy, so busy. Um, Planning on being over in the UK on Wednesday next week. Can't be yesterday, otherwise I'd already be there. So that's what I'm planning on, shooting for it, which would be great. That's a good thing about online programs and things like that. You can run it from anywhere. I launched it from Wales back in the end of November. We launched Bitcoin Ascension, and I did that from a hotel room in Cardiff. So that's all cool. I love that you can do that sort of thing. That really shows the power of the internet and how we can all connect from anywhere in the world, and we've been doing that over the last five to 6 months. So it's not 6 months yet, I don't think. No, it's only been five and a bit months we've been around, but we're still going strong and everything like that. So I can't wait to be over there. I said when I go to leave, I'll do little lives from my phone and things like that, or something on my trip if I can. If I can get the internet at different airports, I should be able to. Just to check in with everyone, so you'll get lots of little lives while I'm waiting. But no, it's pretty exciting stuff. Starting a life somewhere, and but you know, good thing about Bitcoin Ascension, I can put it in my pocket and take it with me, so it's all good. So, but it starts the dream of my pet sanctuary, that's for sure. For one thing. You know, that'll still be a couple of years down the track, but you still got to be at the right place and do a lot of research to launch something as big as that. I like what Warren Irvine said to me today. He was talking to me about he's over in Thailand right now on holiday. Warren, Bitcoin Ascension member and admin, and there's a guy over there who's trying to save the elephants. He's got like 30 acres and he's got about 8 elephants, and he was telling me just how much it costs every month to be able to feed an elephant, you know, and to protect them properly and everything like that, provide them safe grounds. And they just roam free, which is good. They're not in cages or corrals or anything like that. They roam free on the 30 acres. So it's just awesome stuff like that. And that was just one man doing that. One man. See, one person can make a difference in the world if they really set their hearts to it. But like us, you know, a million of us all working together for Bitcoin Ascension to help try and save the world as best we can. Think what a million people could do. If one man can do that, what can a million people getting together do? We can do anything at all. And that's what I'm really excited about. Okay, to get into, I'll talk about a bit about Bitcoin Ascension. For any new people that are on, what we are is a group of people who are basically getting more and more people in to join us in our cause of wanting to be able to help charities around the world. We don't mean like we're $20 a month and $30 a month. We want to actually fulfill projects for them around the world. But unlike when you work for a charity, work with a charity, you know, you're donating your time, you're donating your money, and the satisfaction of obviously helping is its own reward. But what we plan on doing here is exactly that on a larger scale, on a lot of different genres of charities, not just one particular one. But we also plan to be able to make money for ourselves as well. One thing about working with a charity or donating to a charity, you know, it can bleed you dry after a while, because they don't, you know, if they don't get more members, the same members are paying over and over again. So that's why we get more members in. But I've provided for now a matrix program that will help people earn up to 41 Bitcoin per account. Doesn't happen overnight. I'm not one of these people that will snow people about you'll get rich quick. It can go very, very fast. If a lot of people, if everyone works together and we get people to join us in our cause and they join the matrix program as well, then it moves faster. It's just simple mathematics. So the speed relies on us, and but it's not ever just going to be a matrix program. I can't go into what it will be because we do have people copying us. Since I've opened this matrix program back in November, there's probably been around about at least 25 other matrix programs that saw what we were doing and opened, and most of them have already failed. Some are still launching, so they're everywhere. Now they went cold for a while. I started this one, and everyone went, "Yo, that's a good idea. Let's do that," because they want to be first. I didn't want to be first. I just wanted to be successful for everyone, and to really make a difference in the world. That was my plan. As I said, with these other matrix programs that opened up, if they just worked with us, we'd be a lot further along, and everyone would be a lot better off, and so would the world. But people like to be first, people like to be famous. I don't want to be first or famous. I just want everyone successful, and I want Bitcoin Ascension to be known, not myself personally. So I'm not much of a face, really, so I need a cuter face if I want to be the face of Bitcoin Ascension. So that's our plan. The other things I plan to bring in will enhance not only the matrix that we already have, but the other things I bring in also will create wealth for people within Bitcoin Ascension. It'll be a one-stop shop, so to speak, so you don't have to keep jumping everywhere. I don't grab this team and take them somewhere else or anything like that. It'll help. It not only helps the members, but it will also, again, help with helping charities and foundations and causes around the world to actually get things fulfilled, such as a homeless shelter wanting to put on an extra wing and it costs $50,000 or something like that. They have to do a charity drive, and it takes them months, if not years, to raise that sort of money. I'd like us to be able to work together so we have the $50,000 and we can go and give them a nice big Bitcoin Ascension check for $50,000 so they can actually complete the wing. Because while people are doing charity drives, and they're doing what they can, and what they do is fantastic, the time it takes for them to get the money and then get started and things like that, all those people are still homeless until that's done. Animals are still in danger until that sanctuary's done. Orphans are still orphans, sort of thing. They have nowhere to go. They're on the street because there's not an orphanage. People are still hungry and starving in different communities around the world because they don't have basic irrigation and water supply and things like that, electricity, that sort of thing. There's so many places we can help around the world, and I've actually got a really good, I have a dream of what I want to do, and I actually have a plan as well on how to do that, where it's not going to bleed everyone dry and everyone will prosper as well. I think that's a win-win situation. A lot of people, a lot of programs out there, it's all about yourself, making money, and things like that. You've got to pay your bills and things like that. I totally get it. But that's where it basically stops. I'm doing it the other way. I'm making it all about healing the world. And yes, you're going to make money as well. But I want to make the priority healing the world. So for any new people that have just joined us, and there's been plenty of people coming in over the last week, that's basically what we're about. You'll get to know me over time. I do a live every night. I've only missed, in 160 days, I think I've missed 2. And one was as recently as last week, and both were emergencies. So I didn't really have a choice at the time. It's not because I didn't feel like it, because I had a lot to say on one particular one, and just ended up I couldn't get on. Yeah, you'll get to know me over time. You'll get to know the members over time. If you've got a question, you can post in Bitcoin Ascension as well. General questions, and we have a chat room as well. And there's hundreds of people willing to help sort you out. Don't ever be scared to ask a question. Keep it positive, keep it constructive. So we can answer the question. But going in saying it's not moving fast enough isn't really a question, or it's not even a helpful statement. We control how fast it goes. So it's not the program you blame. It's nothing. You don't blame things in life, guys. Always find a solution. Don't harper on the problem. Concentrate on the solution, and that's what we do here. We're looking for solutions, not problems. Okay, so I hope that gives a bit of a backstory of what Bitcoin Ascension is about, and sort of our mission statement. We want to get charities in and things like that. We are creating merchandise, such as shirts like this, but actually better ones. We're creating a lot of merchandise and other paraphernalia that we will be selling to members, but we'll also be creating other crypto type shirts and things like that, so we can sell to the general population the crypto community anyway, who loves that sort of thing, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin itself, and things like that. So, and the money raised there, all the money raised there, basically 80% will go into making positions in the matrix currently, and then those positions are given back to the members, and we'll do it in competitions and things like that just to make it fun. 10% will be kept aside, and positions will be created for particular charities around the world. We'll nominate charities, we'll talk to those charities, send them our mission statement saying, hey, we want to buy you a position in here, so you don't have to do anything, but if you can let your members know that you're working with Bitcoin Ascension, we don't need them to join, we just want the name known, so the name becomes a household word. It's another form of advertising, and we get to benefit the charity or foundation that is chosen, and they don't have to do anything. They have to create a Bitcoin account, obviously, but other than that, and there's plenty of charities out there that use Bitcoin. So I think Reno gave me a list of them that use Bitcoin as well, so it's pretty cool. And they're probably some of the ones we'll want to approach first, because they're already set up for that sort of thing, and that way that they'll be earning money for their charity as well. If their members want to join, fine, but it's not for that reason. But we do want the name known, because the name is very important, and I think it's going to resonate throughout the world. And then the other 10%, I was talking with Tom, the other 10% we're keeping in a pool, and that pool is for a very particular reason, which I can't go into right now, but it's not for me. It's not for Tom, it's not for to put into our pocket. We would never do that. We're too dedicated to what we're doing here. But it is for the development of Bitcoin Ascension, put it that way. Because we've got a lot of big plans that they've got to be paid for as well. Right now, Tom and I pay for everything out of our pocket as well. We did a co-op in the funnels. Everyone's seen the post on that and how well that's going. Over 24,000 leads have been created because of that co-op. Well done, guys. And I know Tom put in he matched whatever we put in. He matched the money to really double up what we're doing. We want to continue on with that co-op, but we'll show you the end results of that, and then we'll do another co-op. Here at Bitcoin Ascension, I don't force anyone to do anything. I know there's plenty of programs out there that say you have to buy re-entries, or they'll buy the re-entries for you, and you have to do paid advertising whether you like it or not. You have to advertise, or you can you lose your accounts or something like that. We do none of that here. We provide information, education, and logic, and then you make your decision, and whatever your decision is the correct decision. Okay? That's it. Basically, that's for Bitcoin Ascension. But it's going to be so much bigger than just a matrix. It's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. I have got so many plans. They're bubbling out, and I wish I could tell you every single plan I've got. That's how excited I am about those plans. And I'm not a person who's overly hypey or excitable or anything like that, but when you have a passion for something and you see the development and what can be done, and then you talk to the right people that can help you do that, and they go, yes, we can do that, my God, it blows my mind that what we can actually do. And it won't be anything any of these online programs have ever done before. That's how exciting it is. And it's going to make us more than just an online matrix. It's going to make us an organisation that is really going to rock the world in a positive way. So that's why I say invite people along to the Facebook page, group page, and even if they're not joining the matrix, just to see what we're doing and how we want to help charities. We've already helped some charities, we know that. Quite a few. We've made accounts for quite a few different charities as well. And we also, as members, have our favourite charities and things we want to help as it is, and sometimes we make an account for those people as well, just out of our own money, because that's how much we believe in that sort of thing. And basically they're going to be getting help, on a big scale for them, and with the other things we'll be doing. But I'll probably end up making a website for Bitcoin Ascension, not the Matrix website, but for Bitcoin Ascension in general. And then we'll have things like the Matrix and the other things that I've got bring in and things like that will be added to that website. But there'll be a lot of information. We can have some charities on there in terms of information about certain charities, causes, the homeless children say that someone was telling me down in Melbourne, in Victoria, in Australia here, there's about 30,000 homeless children. There's some real issues that people need to be made aware of. You'll never get it from mainstream media. They'll never talk about it. It's terrible. They'd rather tell you what the Kardashians are doing than how you can help stop all this suffering, because they don't think it'll sell. It's not about whether it'll sell. There's so many caring people out there in the world who don't know what's going on, and it's not their fault. So we want to bring that. It won't be a doom and gloom page sort of thing. Oh, look at these tragic things. As I said, we don't want to just create problems or show problems. We want to show solutions to those problems, and that's what Bitcoin Ascension will be. It'll be a solution for those problems to a larger degree, sort of thing. You'll never fix the whole world. The world is always breaking itself, and things like that. But you get enough people in and you work hard enough, you can make the world a much, much better place. And over the generations, as the young grow and things like that, Bitcoin Ascension, I'm hoping, will be around for long after I'm gone, still helping the world. And maybe other philanthropists and other people will actually catch on to that idea and going, hey, we can do something like that too, but we'll specialise in something or something like that, or they'll join us. And that's the thing. I want 4, 5, 10 million people, in Bitcoin Ascension. I just want it to continue to grow and grow and grow. And there's so much we can do. So much we can do. Ending poverty and things like that, is achievable. It's a huge dream, but it is achievable. That's the thing. It's not like we just want to put money in people's pockets. We just want to provide, we want the people to still live their lives, but we want to provide them, the health, the education, the security of living so they can have a life. Look at us living in the cities we live in and things like that. If you live in a city, there's plenty of services around. You've got protection, the food on the table, that sort of thing, education. There's a lot of places that don't get that, and we can help provide that. And I think Bitcoin Ascension, will have its name on a lot of different buildings, to be honest, in terms of the things we can create. With my own pet sanctuary, it won't be called the Bitcoin Ascension Pet Sanctuary, it's got another name, but, there will be, Bitcoin Ascension will be predominantly part of that as well, from my own personal positions in the Matrix, and there's a couple of people have already donated for my pet sanctuary, created accounts for that, Craig Smith being one of them, Warren Irvine's another one, it's a fantastic thing, and that's just people being selfless, and that's what it's all about. We've got to be selfless. Okay, so that's enough about Bitcoin Ascension. The other things you'll want to know is you've seen that the Matrix website, the numbers are still down. It hasn't gone right back up to where it's going. I was talking with both programmers just an hour ago, and you knew about the glitch that we had, sort of thing, where it skipped someone every now and then, and the reason for that is because sometimes when people upgrade for the first time, they don't get allocated an upline. There's no upline, and that's why we have that problem. We find those uplines and bang, it'll chain reaction. So that's what they've been working on. That's why the numbers are going up and down and things like that. So don't be worried about it. They're still working. They've asked for another day. And I can't say, well, no, we we need it done. But they're even looking at different matrix scripts from the one we currently have in hopes to be able to either look at those scripts to find the command code that's needed to make sure there isn't any more problems, or to actually go over to that script because it's a perfectly well set up script. So, and there are some better scripts out there for sure. It's because I made it a one link and totally automated sort of thing that caused a lot of the trouble. They're not designed that way. Our matrix is usually designed to help the people who can market and the people who want to make quick money. That's what they're designed to do. I didn't want that. I wanted where that people talk about spillover. If anyone's here knows marketing and programs, you always hear they advertise spillover, you'll get spillover, and it lasts for about a week and then it just dies off. With Bitcoin Ascension, it's actually nothing but spillover because we use one link. Everyone works together, everyone brings people in, and everyone gets spillover basically. You don't have to sign them under your own particular name. I think it's the best way to go, and I think it and working with the charities and foundations. I think that's a fantastic way to go. So another 24 hours, the programmers have said, that could mean 48 hours. Believe me, if you've ever worked with programmers, they tell you 24 and it's always longer. But it's no big deal. People are still joining and things like that. And we've got them on record and everything like that. So there's no problem there. Of course, you know, it's a bit up and down. And so it's very confusing right now for everyone. And I'm sorry about that. But as I said, we're going to be here a long, long time. So, you know, a few days of maintenance work and making sure everything runs perfectly, I think it's not a thing to be worried about. I don't want you necessarily signing up and making new accounts and things like that right now. I don't want you spending your money in there. I've even had a couple of people come to me and says, "Oh, I knew this was a scam 6 months ago," when they could have joined and actually done quite well. You know, because you're having troubles. Show me a business, a real legitimate business, online or offline, that doesn't have problems. It's not really a problem. We're just trying to make sure it works perfectly. That's what we're doing. It's not actually a problem. We've had the problem for a while, and we're just trying to fix it. That's all we're trying to do. Even if we have to go to a new script, it doesn't matter. We've got the database with all the people's information. If we get a new script, we just transfer it over. Everyone stays in their position. No one loses out. It's just making sure everything runs perfectly, and that's exactly what we want. And we can do that. And we'll put the work in to make sure that's done. I know a few people, not a lot of people actually, only a few people are worried about that sort of thing. Don't be. I know you've been in programs before. They said, "Oh, look, we're having problems," or the owner's father's sick or just died or something, and he'll be back, and they never come back, you know, and all the site goes down for 24 hours apparently, and just never comes back up. That's not going to happen here. A lot of you people now have either, well, you've all seen me, obviously, hello, but a lot of you have met me now and things like that. You know I'm real, and I'm always telling you where I'm at. I live in Brisbane, you know, in Kangaroo Point. If you want to get more definitive, you know, I'm moving over to Wales, and I'll be doing lives from there and showing you where I live, you know, and things like that, because I've got nothing to hide. There's just nothing to hide. I'm not worried about anything. If any problem that does come out, I find a solution. That's what I've always been. Anyone who's known me for a long time, Terry Phillips has known me for like 9 years, and she'd be the first person who could tell you he doesn't worry about problems. All he just tries to do is fix everything. That's how she's known me for so long. You know, and she's always known me for always trying to fix different problems in the world and helping people and things like that. It's just who I am. It's not something I do it to be proud of or anything. It's just who I am. I don't do it in the name of God. I don't do it in the name of politics or patriotism or anything like that. I just do it. You know, I don't need a brand. I don't need everyone say. I don't need to go, look at me, look how fantastic I am. I'm helping the world. I don't need that. That's why I'm using Bitcoin Ascension. I want everyone to go, I love Bitcoin Ascension. Look how they're helping the world. My name doesn't come up into it. It's Bitcoin Ascension. That's what we want to make famous. Not me. I don't want. I don't want it at all. I want to make a lot of money, but that's because I want to be able to have my pet sanctuary running beautifully without having to rely on charity and things like that. And I've got ways I can do that, and you guys are going to benefit from it, from those ideas I've had and that I'm developing. So very excited about that. Okay, that's about it. I will keep you up to date with what we're doing with the Matrix script and everything like that. See what the programmers want to do, because we want it running perfectly. We don't want anyone missing out on making money. Simple as that. And it'll be a lot easier to advertise too if it's working perfectly. Hey, but as I said, in business, this sort of stuff happens all the time. You know. The fact that, you know, I've got people on it already and we're working hard. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. And if you do have a problem, or if you are uneasy about anything because you've seen this sort of thing happen before, please message me, you know, in a constructive manner. Don't message me, with all the fears and, all your fears and stuff like that. Just make it constructive and we can have a good conversation and things like that. All right, the battery's going on my iPad because I forgot to recharge it. Dopey me. So I'll get off now. I love you all very much. Anyone new here, it's not a weird thing. It's just how I feel about everyone wanting to help protect the world. I find that, how can you love people like that who are selfless and want to help the world? I'll be back tomorrow around about the same time. I was going to start doing these earlier, but it just didn't happen. I get so busy. But I'll be back tomorrow as well. Any of the updates I get on what we're doing on how the Matrix programs, getting all those numbers back up, stats back up, I'll put up a post. That's no problem at all. And then I can start all the competitions again, because I've got another competition and I can't run it yet because I want everything running smoothly. So I don't want anyone really buying an account sort of thing until we've straightened it out, because all it does is just add to the confusion. So save your money right now, build it up. So when the competition comes, you might need it. That's the only hint I'll give you. But I'll make sure it's all running perfectly before I do anything like that. It's called responsibility, guys, and that more people should be doing it. More program owners should be doing it. But keep the name going out there. Everyone needs to know about Bitcoin Ascension. Bring them in to show them what we're doing and how we want to help the world, sort of thing. And we have a Matrix program, sort of thing. And you can tell them to hold off from getting a position in the Matrix program so it's running properly. That builds trust with people, and you have to build trust because this whole thing is built on trust. Okay? All right, guys. I will catch you later. Bye-bye.